Hey, so recorded that entire first thing, no mic on whatsoever, didn't know exactly what to look at. Um, in this particular, mute this. Okay, in this particular practice session, star dates 5 1 4 24. I'm going to be kind of talking about a different type of practice. I think we have learner practice where we are maybe kind of figuring out how the instrument works. We have copy practice where maybe we're working on specific sections of a song. We have creator practice where we have maybe we're working on improvising, writing songs, whatever it happens to be. Today we have a purpose filled practice. And the purpose behind this is I happen to be working with a student who is learning Mr. Crowley, and I'm a huge Randy Rhoads fan. I've been looking for this opportunity for probably 40 years now. I want to learn Mr. Crowley along with him. Um, Unfortunately, I have to make sure that my technique is up to the task. So this is a younger teen student. His nervous system is crushing. I have to make sure that I am ready to learn along with him. So what I am taking into account, excuse me, as I go through this, is I have to make sure that my my body is prepped. I have to make sure that my musical watch is wound, and then I have to kind of work within the context of the song that I'm working in. So what that means is I've already started doing the Mike Longo exercises to kind of get my musical watch wound and opened up. If you're unfamiliar with Mike Longo and some of his rhythm based training, feel free to check out The Rhythmic Nature of Jazz. I think it's maybe a 4-part series. It goes really in deep on how to kind of get your internal musical clock moving. Basically using body movements that balance out the brain, and they use it on a Congo. I don't have a Congo, so I just kind of use my knees. But check that out because I think that's huge. It's a very fundamental thing that most musicians skip over. So that's something for another day. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that my hands are prepped to be able to play, make sure my hands are sunk together so that they are technically as efficient as they can be. And then I want to kind of get my brain set for the specific key, which happens to be D minor, that Mr. Crowley is taking place in. So the first thing, I always start with these crazy finger independence exercises. I've done a ton of videos on these. But basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to relax as much as I can from my neck and shoulder down to my hands. So this is all about just kind of relaxing and allowing the tension in your hand to melt away so that you can keep some fingers in place and you can move other fingers simultaneously. So if you think about either playing lead lines, if you think about playing chords, switching to chords, let's see here, get this going. That's kind of what we're doing here. My hands are already warm. I'm in the desert, so this is something I may only do for a couple of minutes, but enough to kind of make sure everything's working and my brain's connected with my fingers. Next, I'm going to take D minor, and I'm going to start shape 3 on the D, and I am going to play up and back on the shape 3 D minor pentatonic, but I'm going to be picking 4 times per each note since I know that speed and clarity and accuracy is going to kind of be involved with the Mr. Crowley solo. What I'm going to do is I'm using a quick bounce technique to kind of create 4 staccato notes for each pick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. How pretty is that? So basically, what I am not squeezing at all with my thumb, and I am trying not to flex my palm. So if we make a fist, we kind of have, we're bringing our fingers together, we're bringing our thumb together. That creates massive amounts of tension. So what I always imagine is I don't push with my thumb. It's basically just there as a guide, and I am extending the back of my hand to kind of make that happen. So my palm stays very, very relaxed while I'm playing. There are some chord shapes that make it harder for me to do that, but it's a Jedi mind trick that I've learned over the years. And I am just extending the finger, whichever finger I happen to be doing, and trying to hit the pick at the exact instant that that finger is down. So were those all perfect four note strikes? No, because my hands are still warming up, but I am trying to pick as hard as I can while keeping my tension as light as possible. So now I'm going to move up to shape 4. I'm going to do the same thing. Shape 4, D minor pentatonic. All right, so I'm sensing some misfires on my index. That's okay. I'm just taking note of that. So I'm now going to move up to shape 5, D minor pentatonic. Better. There we go. Shape 1. All right, that's not too bad. It's getting closer and closer as I go through. Now, if it were colder, I would probably go back through and do 3 picks per note, then 2 picks per each note. But I'm feeling okay. So now I'm just going to kind of start and do 1 pick per, and I'm just making sure that my hands are firing at the exact same moment, and they get nice clear notes. And I'm actually moving quickly from note to note. That way, it's going to sound a little staccato. But then I know immediately if my hands are syncing or not because I get kind of a chunked out note. I don't hear that clarity for a second there. So let's try. All right, I'm not worried about fast, just clean. Not bad, okay. Shape 5. Shape 1. All right, starting to loosen up. Shape 2. Shape 3. Shape 4. Shape 3. Shape 2. Shape 1. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Shape 5. Shape 4. Starting to make maybe some smaller sequences. Shape 3. All right, and kind of end back at the D. So my hands are starting to lock up a little bit. As I mentioned in the video I made before this when the sound wasn't off, I still feel a little bit of tension in my forearms. So I have some stretches that I do to kind of get that going on, kind of make sure that those muscles are loosened up. But that's kind of, I haven't experienced pain, carpal tunnel, repetitive motion syndrome, anything like that, just by kind of going through this. And I now feel like my body and my brain are primed to be able to go in and learn. Notice I'm not working out riffs or licks from the song that I'm working on. And if this was a purpose-driven practice session, and I had something else, like maybe I was prepping for a recording, I would be thinking about the key of that recording, maybe the context and the style. I am literally just working on the components I'm going to need for a little bit later. And that's kind of what it is. Again, it's a different type of practice session from maybe just getting down elemental skills, foundational skills like picking or timing or chord shapes or chord changes. This has moved up the chain a little bit upstream, and we're just kind of thinking about how to prep the body to be as effective and efficient as possible. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Hopefully it's better with sound, but just, if you have questions, let me know. Whatever platform this happens to be, hit me up. Be glad to answer them, and I will see you in the next practice session video. All right, take care.